Welcome to my channel. My name's Jo, and today we're going to do another pick a card reading all about Virgo season. Virgo season starts on August the 23rd, and this pick a card reading is going to be all about the energies that are going to come up for you during this time. So let's just summarize what Virgo season is all about. So Virgos are very organized. They're very they're perfectionists, or can be perfectionists. They're very analytical. They're very thought orientated. They're very they're an earth sign, so they're very much about practical tasks, and they enjoy health and being healthy. After Leo season, there's, with all that fire and the passion and the boldness, where it's a bit of a quieter time. It's a bit more of a reassessment. It's an evaluating time, working through things and looking at things and reflecting. Like I said, Virgos are an earth sign. However, they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the communication sign and communication master, and also very much about mental activity. Virgo wants you to sort of perform the mental tasks of sorting through things, whether that be your life, your relationship, and also they want you to work physically. So they want you to get rid of what's no longer serving you physically. So there's a mental aspect and there's a physical aspect. During the time of Virgo season, it's a great time to clean up the energy around you. And this could be getting rid of anything that feels really old, outdated. This could be habits, relationships, clothing, whatever it is. But the Virgos in our world, and during Virgo season, it's the time of the worker bee. It's time to get things done. Virgos love hard work and they love self-improvement. So there's real focus on these things here. So overall, we want to focus on our wellness, both physical and mental. Embrace organization, your home and office, or work, and check in with yourself. Pay attention to your own body, and maybe you're up for a physical cleanse or a detox. So now that we've sort of embraced the idea of what Virgo season is about, have a good look and see which one of these is calling you. What are the energies that are going to come up for you during Virgo season? Is it pile 1 and the partial oyster shell? Is it pile 2 and the cone shell? Is it pile 3 and the snail shell? And as always, once you've picked your pile, go down to the comments and the description box, and you'll see the timestamps for each of the readings. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy pick a card readings, please subscribe to the channel. Hi there, pile 1. If you chose the partial oyster shell, then this is your reading. And just talking about the actual shell for a moment, I feel that the people that have drawn to this one, it's kind of like you need to look through a different lens at the moment. Perhaps you're not able to see the full picture, and there's an element here of a restricted view, but that's kind of what you need at the moment. So sometimes, we want to see the big picture, but at the moment your view, it's like you're to look through a beautiful opening at a vista, and and see the beauty within the shape. I don't know if this is working, but I'm trying to get a picture. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's about framing the view for you. Perhaps they're better words coming to me now. It's about framing the view. So now, Lamb is the beginning of your reading, but it's also the whole point of this reading for you. And Lamb is about very, very soft, gentle energy. If you think about a baby lamb, how beautiful they are, how soft and gentle they are. But also there's a lot of rest time. They're often relaxing with their mums and in a real nurtured space. And you can also see there's a lot of high vibrational energy behind the lamb. So the lamb is really coming to you as a messenger of high vibrational energy, but there's definitely a tone here of rest for you. So there's during Leo season, there's another card here which is rest. And we've got all this high vibrational color. So all this wonderful oranges and yellows in these cards, as well as the greens and the blues and the purples. So we've got the beautiful, bright, healing colors in here. And I feel for you, really is for you about rest and recuperation, recovery, and perhaps not to look at your life in this big, really with a fine microscope. It's much more about, well, let's just have a look at this area and, just do things slowly and gently with yourself. But I feel like you're also being led into this period of health. So it's like your guides want you to rest and recover, but there's a lot of high vibrational activity going on around you that'll assist you with that. And it could be that you find a new meditation technique, you use a guided meditation, whatever it is. You could do some deep belly breathing. One of my videos shows you how to do that. It could be anything that you find really restorative. It could be that you learn how to do some reflexology on your feet. Whatever it is that you find really restive, and it could be that you use water, then that's what you're being told to do at this time. Now, Lamb, again, we're talking about the rest. Both of these cards are really giving you that soft, gentle energy. And you're also being told of messengers, okay? So the lamb talks about a messenger coming in the form of someone else. And usually you overhear that person talking, or maybe it's kids laughing, or they're singing a song and the words come to you. It could be that you hear it over the radio, but you're being told that. And so the other thing is, here we've got the dolphin energy, and dolphins, are all about communication, and they're very, very high vibrational. So there's this very high vibrational message coming to you. So it's about slowing down so that you can hear it. It's about reserving your energy, resting your energy, and that's perfect during Virgo season, because Virgo wants you to take care of yourself, wants you to nurture yourself, wants you to nourish yourself. And perhaps it is while you're resting and recovering that you rehaul or overhaul your physical and mental health. Perhaps you look at the best ways to keep yourself balanced rather than letting yourself get run down. And that's what I feel like, why this is like, don't look at your whole life, only look at a part of your life. Only look at this portion of your life that you can see through this particular opening, and allow yourself to focus on that small area. Because sometimes if we view everything, it's just too intense and it's too overwhelming, and particularly if we need rest, our minds just cannot cope. And this is a good time to cope with just small tasks, manageable chunks. And then next we've got abundance. And I feel that this card here is showing you what you can achieve when you look after yourself better. So you're being shown the dawn of a new day. There's all these riches and there's food. It's all cornucopia. The fields are golden. Lots of things on opportunity. Lots of opportunities available to you here. And, sometimes it can mean wealth, monetary wealth, but it could simply be, or not simply, it could be that this is about your health and well-being, that you're restored, and that feels very much like your solar plexus, really knowing who you are, expanding and feeling really quite safe and relaxed in your body. And that kind of does feel like your body to me. It feels like it's about knowing how precious you are, being grateful for all the abundance that you have in your life, and realizing that your physical health is such a wonderful asset. And sometimes we overlook those things because we take them for granted. So we're going to bring some new cards in for you to give you some more information about Virgo season and what's on offer for you, and the energies that you're working with. And there's some really positive cards coming in for you. There's these wonderful like freedom, and that if you think about a lamb, that's definitely the type of energy that a lamb is it's very free. You can see them frolicking and jumping, but also resting, not having heaps of energy and expending all that energy, and then resting, coming down, relaxing. And the Freedom card says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So this really does feel like you reassessing how to make yourself happy. Like, is working yourself to the bone the type of thing that is that going to bring you ultimate happiness? Is that going to bring you riches and rewards? Is that the way forward for you? Or is lamb coming, and there will be a message coming, so listen out for this message. But is lamb coming to teach you a message that, there is a time for play, there's a time for work, and there's a time for rest. And all three things need to be in equal balance, or in the right balance for you, should I say. Otherwise, you are going to be out of balance, and you won't have this sense of freedom in your own life. We've got honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And again, I feel that for you that this is about work. There's quite a lot of you, and it could be for home for some of you, because it could be that you're, you've been homeschooling, or you're working in the home a lot. So work and home are quite linked at the moment. But there's this idea that because our time is not as defined as it used to be, work, study, home life, whatever it is, parenting, there's not all these time restrictions in our days anymore. Our days are really quite fluid. So it's about understanding that you're free to make up your own structure, your own routine. However, you are not to just continue to work, and put everything out of balance. Like, if you're homeschooling, you don't want to just be homeschooling and then parenting, and it's all about the kids, and then it's all about family. There needs to be time for you. You need to be resting. You need to be honest with yourself in what you can achieve before you start becoming a martyr or becoming really resentful of children, family, routine, all those things. And listen to yourself. Listen to your kids. Your kids need rest if you're looking after kids. And if you're the only person that you're responsible for, and you are working yourself to the bone, then this message is coming up to you to say it is time to look after your physical and mental health. It is time to overhaul your physical and mental health. And it's Virgo wants you to reorganize, wants you to reassess, wants you to look at everything you're doing and see if this is right for you. And if you are doing lots of something that you're not normally used to, working from home, homeschooling, not leaving the house, what you're being asked to do is reassess what works for you and throw some of those things away. Get rid of some of the stuff that doesn't work for you. And if it means shortening the school day or the work day, make sure that you're really productive during those times. Get the most important things done, and then give yourself a rest. The rest here is really important because it's going to make you feel more abundant. Without the rest, without being honest with yourself, you aren't going to feel the freedom. And the happiness card here, again, we've got dolphin energy. So there's a lot of high vibrational, really fun energy coming in for you. But you've got to listen to yourself. You've got to pay attention to yourself, to your health, to your well-being, to all of the things that if you were looking after a small child, you would make sure that these things are taken care of for that person. So it's about looking after yourself in that way to make sure that you're happy, because your happiness is really important. And for you feeling free and being honest with everyone around you, those things are really important too. Now I've got one more card for you, and it's influence. And this card has come in upside down. And I feel like at the moment this card is is like a precursor or a pre-warning for you that if you don't take care of the things, the messages that are here, that this is what's going to happen. You are quite influential in your own little circle of, you know, your family, your friends, loved ones, whoever this is, work. If you don't take care of yourself, then this is more of an emotional hurt. This is not a physical hurt. This is definitely emotional hurt. This is very much heart energy, and this is in the reverse position. So I feel like for you, if you don't take notice and don't take heed of this message that's coming to you and the message that does come through Lamb, then there's an emotional hurt around your heart, and sometimes those things are easily, you know, moved through. This one, I don't think so. This is a lesson for you that'll come up if you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to yourself having fun, feeling free, taking care of your mental and emotional as well as your physical health. And those things are also important at the moment. We want to really look after ourselves and be kind to ourselves. Think of yourself as a beautiful, cuddly little lamb, and do all the things that you would if you were looking after that. This is a really great reading for you today. It's all about your health and your well-being. Hoping that you take heed of the message, because then you're going to bring in this wonderful, abundant feeling with lots and lots of happiness. And the happiness will tell you that you are on the right path because you feel good. Dolphins love fun. So do the lamb. So there's a lot of fun for you here. Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. Listen to what you know feels good. And when it feels good, you know you're on the right track. Really, really great messages for you today. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Hi pile 2, if you picked the cone shell, this is your reading today about Virgo season and the type of energies that you're working with. I'm being drawn straight to the grief card, and also the colours that we've got going on between that card and this card here. The grief card, well, it could symbolise that you're in a period of grieving, or you were in a period of grieving for someone or something. It could be a relationship. It could be someone has passed. It could be something that you've had to let go, and that could be a dream, a way of being. There's definitely a period of loss here, but for many of you, the loss may not be a physical person. It may be something you've had to let go of. And while that is a really difficult place to be, that I feel like there's a lot of support for you. And I feel like here we've got this wonderful otter spirit, and that is you are never alone. So I feel like whatever it is that you're going through at the moment, Spirit wants you to know that you are not alone, that you're supported, that you are loved. It's a passage of time that you're moving through, and grief is something that they want you surrendered to and not fight, and to let your emotions and your experiences out, and to not store them in your body, not to hang on to them tight. And the surrender is also to let go. So if you're still hanging on to whatever this is, even if you are doing it to a small degree, it's time to let this go. And it could be that you're hanging on to an old way of being, an old part of yourself, old way you used to be. Perhaps you're getting a bit older, or you're left a certain part of your life behind. It's definitely surrendering and letting that go, because what is coming in here is some success, and knowing that there is no greater goal than love. And this feels really quite bright and open for you. There's quite a lot of new energy coming in. However, there's still some restriction on the sides of you, and I feel that there could, that sort of mental restriction around you. Feel like your thinking is quite restricted and narrow, and I feel like you might be looking down a tunnel, or tunnel vision, where you're thinking this is always going to be the way it is, that this won't pass. But that's what Spirit wants you to do, wants you to let go and know that you're not alone. There is a lot of support here for you, but you won't understand that, and you won't get to this if you don't let go of some of this narrowness. And my head is actually hurting thinking of this sort of like blinkers that you have on. So I want to bring in a few more cards, and I want to split this energy of these up, because it's like they're supporting you, and they're on either side of the next energies that are coming in. So we have bear energy, and we have the black egg, which is one of my favorite cards in all of my decks. I really do love this card. But we're going to go to bear first, and we've got one more card that I'm going to bring in as well. And that's death, and it's in the reverse position. So don't fear that card. Let's just wait, and we'll talk about what the cards mean. So bear energy feels like you're coming about to, or you're coming out of this grief period. So bear is an animal spirit energy that is helping you come out of the cave that you've been in. So that could literally, and I really do have very sore temples thinking about this. So I feel like you've been in a period of quite a lot of restriction, and that is perhaps due to this grief of whatever it is that you're saying goodbye to, whatever it is that you've lost in your life. But it is knowing that everything creates, as one thing leaves us, new things come into existence, new things come into our sphere of life. So bear is talking to you about the start of the new phase of your life, and moving into this phase that you're about to move into. Now death is reversed, and I want to turn it around this way so you can see it. And we have a numbat, or a flying fox, coming in to have this beautiful nectar of the devil's trumpet. Now there's a lot of sort of, the word volcanic energy is coming here for me, because I feel like the emotions around this grief are really, really stuck, but they're also, I don't feel you have let them go. You're not experiencing the emotions, which is why these two cards are on either side of this, because it is surrendering to this, and you are never alone. There are people here to support you, whether that is in spirit or if that is in the real world. But the death card is, it's like you do not want to unleash the feelings that are inside your heart with this grief. But the more we hang on to things, the more we create illness in our own life, our body, all those sorts of things. And while you may feel this volcanic, eruptive type of emotional energy is best with a lid on it, it's just a stop measure. It's a stopgap measure. It's something that you can't sustain, and that it needs to actually be released. And once it's released, your body can readjust and start moving forward, and start healing. Pressing down on this grief is not surrendering, is not moving forward. And this is the position of someone who is going to be quite stuck unless they continue to move forward. We have the black egg coming in for you here, and this is talking to the success card. This is showing you that this thing is here for you, this opportunity, this way of being, it's like a total overhaul of one area of your life. It could be all of your life for some people, but I don't feel that is the case. I feel that it's a total overhaul of one area of your life, and it's like something is just waiting for you to get ready for this. And this is Bear talking to you about a new phase, and this is the black egg, which is all this wonderful opportunity that is waiting for you when you work with whatever it is that you're grieving through, whatever is this emotional content that you are stifling and that you are believing you need to hang on to, that you need to control and subvert and push down. And these colors here are both very similar. It's a lot of heart energy, and there's a lot of universal love, but there's also the sacral chakra. I'm going to bring in another card here, which is another animal spirit card for you, and it's hawk. And I feel that you need the animal medicine of hawk, and because hawk is about allowing ourselves, or to get a bigger picture, to get some perspective, to get some vision that takes you up out of your whatever it is you're feeling, and it lifts your gaze, it lifts your vision, it lifts all of you up so that you can start to see differently, see afresh, look at things without the same sort of baggage that you may have been bringing to your thoughts currently. As you see, the hawk is flying out of that darkness through the solar plexus and sacral sort of chakra and moving into the light. And I feel that hawk will help you. So some people are pretty comfortable working with animal spirits. So you could call on hawk and ask hawk to help you navigate this time and help you get out of this sort of stuck energy that you're feeling, help you to move into the new phase of your life. But if you're not, then perhaps you could just think about hawk, or watch a video of hawk, and just look at the way they move, what they look at. And I think as I'm saying that, there's people watching this going, you are nuts. But the funny thing about it is that you won't know unless you give it a try. so if you turn off now, that's okay too. But hawk is about getting a different perspective, and whether you take the message from hawk now, whether you need some extra advice from hawk, or whether you need to look at some hawks and see what it is that they teach you, or look up the meaning of hawk medicine and the message, and see what that helps you with. The other card we've got here, the last card for you today, is breathe. And I feel like you're probably holding your breath. You're holding on to your emotions. You're holding on to your breath. And these two cards here are very air. So there's a lot of mental activity happening. And during Virgo season, Virgos are very much an earth sign, but there's very much a mental aspect. So it's a really good time for you to work through this, because of the doing nature of the earth sign in Virgo. They want to help. They're the worker bees of the zodiac. They want to achieve some good results, and they really, really are interested and concerned with mental health. So it's a really great time to work through these issues that you've got, and get rid of the clutter, because Virgo is all about getting rid of that clutter, and that can be emotional and mental as well. Some really heavy messages for you today, something that you can use and help you move forward. And high pile 3, if you picked this gorgeous snail shell or type of shell, then this reading is for you, and this is all about Virgo season. Now, there's a lot of fire energy in this lower section here, and then up the top we've got gentle pastel colors, and real sort of etherical energy. So let's have a look at what is happening. So we've just moved out of Leo season, or you may be still watching this and you're in Leo season still, and it's very passionate and fiery, very bold, commanding, courageous types of energies here. And the Phoenix is definitely that fire element, and these cards with the zeros on them, or the circle, are very much spirit cards, and they are like sort of the highest elemental ones in this deck. And the Phoenix is, combusting so that it can rise again. So perhaps during Leo season you have been through the fire, you have been through a process of being rebirthed, you still are going through that process, and it can feel kind of shit, just very bluntly. And this feels like it's still going on. So it feels like you're still undergoing this process. However, the lion energy here is very commanding. So you know that you're going through this process. You know what's happening to you. And so the snail shell, you know, like as the snail gets bigger, the shell keeps expanding and adding on to it. But we have no idea whether that's a painful process or not. Sometimes transformation can be painful, can be traumatic. And, you know, with both of these cards here, I feel that the type of combustible energy that you are going through or have been through and are still working with is, you know, some really heavy energies that you're moving with and through. And I feel like perhaps the Lion's Gate may have been really significant for you, for some of you, not all of you, but as I say that, my head is spinning quite a bit, and I want to get a few more cards before we go up to the top one. So we're going to bring in some more lion energy for you. Lion spirit, be generous of nature. And then even more funnily, we have got personal power, and we've got more Leo energy coming through, more lion. So it could be that you are a Leo. I don't feel that as strongly as I feel that you are. You either from Sirius, which is a star system, and Lyra, which are star seeds that have come down from those star systems. You are working with these lion energies at the moment. So because moving through the August period, we have been all working with lion and that overarching animal spirit of what it is to be courageous, strong, true to yourself, bold in your personal power. You know, this is where you're transforming. So you're working through this personal power, and perhaps that's where you're transforming. And if you look at both of those lions are both looking in the same direction. This one is looking at you because this one is telling you, you know how powerful you are. You know what skills you have, what you bring to the situations that you are in. Now, Virgo is not this bold Leo energy. However, it is about reassessing, you know, your focus on your overall health and well-being, whether that be mental, physical, spiritual. It is reassessing. And I feel for you that there is a period here of you reassessing, checking in with yourself. How are you going during this process? You really know who you are and what you're doing. Like, even if you're watching this and you think, no, I have no idea what I'm undergoing right now. Well, guess what? These lions are here to tell you, you do. You have this tenacious, incredibly strong spirit, and that part of you knows exactly what you're here to do. So now that we've addressed all of this wonderful, strong lion energy that's working with you, through you, and is the fire that is propelling you forward, we're now going to talk about these softer energies, and perhaps that's a little bit more Virgo spirit. You know, it is quite a gentle energy. But there is that element of hard work. But when we're dealing with all this robust, strong, you know, fire energy, there are times when we need to rest and come back to that yin energy, where we, you know, really drink from the fountain and nurture and nourish ourselves. But we need to very much do that in awareness and have the intent that we are nourishing our yin, and our yin is the feminine. Otherwise, we will have this thing of going around and around and around. And there's almost that sense that the lion spirit has to come to you so strongly, because there is an element of you being in your head mentally, and Virgo, you know, there is that the mental aspect to the Virgo, and that can get out of balance. And so for you, this could be a sign that, and it's the perfect sign for the shell too, that you are going around and around a bit mentally, and you may not be listening to this bold personal power, fire, Leo energy, and your own wisdom. So there's all this sacred wisdom coming in for you as well. And so we've got our energy, which is all that, real strong, old wealth of knowledge and the ability to unlock sacred wisdom in your life. And I feel that's coming in for you. Perhaps it hasn't always been there. This will come in kind of more slowly. So it's definitely in this top yin area for you. It's not this strong, powerful energy that you have been working with. This is more this slow energy. And you need to connect with the yin, which means be grounded. And in the earth sign of Virgo, it's a perfect time for you to do that. Connect into the moon cycles, and what the moon can teach you during certain cycles is what I'm being told. Now, I've got one more card for you, and it's a reversed card, and it's intimacy and the evening star. And I'm going to turn it up so we can have a look at what's happening here. And so here again, we've got another card which is about night. So this card for me over here is more the lunar energies. So Leo is all about the sun, and we've got all that sun energy down the bottom, all that real bright self-transformation, knowing who you are. But I feel that there's this other part of you, and the other part of you is more associated to the darkness, to the yin, to the night, to the lunar cycles. And at the moment, I don't feel like you're paying enough attention to that aspect of yourself, and there's too much mental activity, and perhaps you're dismissing it, and you're only associating with the bright, bold energies that you can feel. And I feel for you, sort of this yin and yang, that's you really need to sort of balance these energies, and then you'll really come into your personal power. But it's knowing that these, the dark and the light are both necessary, that fire needs air to burn. Like there's all these, we can't just be one thing. We can't be totally out of balance. We can't just have all this fire energy in our lives and be complete. We need multiple ways of being, doing, behaving. And even with the lion, you can see there's multiple aspects to the lion. This lion is very linear and just the outside edges, whereas this lion is full of more complexity. And this lion here is looking at you straight in the face, because you know so much more about yourself now, which is fantastic because of this transformation that you've been through. But what you're being told is there's more to come when you connect in with your yin side. And during Virgo, it's a great time to rest. It's a great time to look and overhaul your way of being in the world, the things that aren't working, to reassess, what did you learn from this period of time that you've just been through, and bring in sort of more softer energies into this, the robust, bold, creative energy that you are moving through. It's definitely you. It's very much at home with you. Oh, sorry. But it's also these other gentler energies want to weave their way into your life, and you'll find more balance and more harmony when they do. And you'll find that your mind is more restful when you allow yourself to have both the yin and the yang, and that fire, as well as earth and air and water and all of the elements, because you'll be a more rounded, whole and complete person, and you'll be able to bring through your sacred wisdom, your personal power, all of these wonderful qualities that you have. So Virgo season for you seems like a real period of consolidation, sorting, the good from the bad, the releasing some aspects and bringing in some new aspects. But you're working so hard on yourself, and your spirit guides want you to know, and the lions that you are working with or in harmony with that type of energy, they want you to know that you've got this, you have this massive, you have courage in spades. You are bold, you are creative, you are on top of your game. So this message is more about editing and bringing in some softer energies while still harnessing this bold, true to yourself energy that you're working with. This is a fantastic reading for you. I hope you've really enjoyed it. There's so many great messages in here for you. This is a great time for you. If you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel for more like this. See you again soon. Bye.